it going? So today we're back out here at the warehouse again. I've actually been coming out here the last few days just kind of working on some random stuff and trying to get things like cleaned up or whatever. But I've got a few things planned out here to work on today. One of which is, well, actually here, let me grab it. Probably should have done that already. You may remember this little device from such live streams as, hey 2022, get lost. Actually, yeah, that's the only time I was in. That was the New Year's Eve stream that I did. It was almost 6 hours long, but check it out. We got this little guy here, and for absolutely no reason, I feel like adding sound effects to my chair. And I just remembered on the way out here, I was gonna stop at a parts supply place and I forgot. Anyways, the idea is to put this on my chair so that when I start moving, it does this. That's right, Jetson sound effects. This little board, which I'll link below, is like 12 or 13 bucks or something. And it's got a little MP3 player module on it. You can connect it to your computer and does a bunch of random stuff. But basically all we need to do is short these two wires together, and we're gonna do that using the brake circuit on the chair. Now, obviously, do I recommend you do this? Yes and or no, but I'm sure warranties are a thing that'll probably be voided. But, voided? I don't know. Is it fun? Yeah. But before I figure out how we're gonna do that without getting some parts, we have some mail from the gift list. I think I know what this is. Enjoy your gift. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, from Darkest Nights. I think this is... Ah, it is. Ta-da! It's a stream deck. So this is going to help out with live streams quite a bit. As my hand function and stuff has been changing, using keyboards and stuff has become more annoying. Like, for example, I've got one under the desk here that I used to use. Little Red Dragon keyboard. It's got good key travel, nice clicky switches. Problem is, that is almost impossible for me to use at this point, so I had to switch over to a membrane style keyboard with just low travel keys. And honestly, even this key travel is getting to be a little bit too much. So I might, oh wait, I forgot when I was here yesterday, I found another keyboard. Hang on a second. What I most likely will be switching over to is a keyboard like this. This is from an iMac or something. Probably not this exact one though, because it doesn't have a 10 key, but look how nice and flat it is. The way I type now, I don't know how I'm going into all this, but the way I type now is I kind of have my fingers out and then I use my wrists to press down on the buttons, so there's not nearly as much like actual finger stuff going on. But anyways, this is going to make live streaming easier to switch between all the scenes and do other functions and whatnot that I usually have to grab the mouse and click on little tiny on-screen buttons. So yeah, this is gonna be awesome. Oh, also, forgot yesterday, someone also got from the gift list. This is, for the streaming computer here, a PCI USB-C and a little card to go inside the computer, because the camera I use here has a USB-C cable and I've been using a weird adapter, and anytime I touch this desk it becomes disconnected. So this will take care of that. Oh, it comes with records. What is that? And screws. All right, I'm gonna settle this stuff off over here and I'm gonna figure out what I have in stock here, because I needed some little relays or like an optocoupler or something like that. And I did not stop by the supply place on the way here. Anyways, I'll be back when I figure that out. So I think what we're gonna do instead is I've got the dye sublimation printer over here. And I keep saying that wrong. I keep saying sublimination, but it's sublimation. So I've got the little baby heat press here. We've got the dye sub printer. So I think what we're gonna do for absolutely no reason, well, honestly, I need to start making some stuff, is I'm gonna show you the process for that. Before that though, I've got a Windows XP computer around in here somewhere that has all of my software on it. I've got an old, I think it's like Adobe CS3 or something like that. That computer is what my old sign machine needed and some of the other equipment I had to operate properly. So I'm gonna dig that thing out real quick, set it up, and then, since I've already got the software on it, the new Adobe Creative Cloud stuff is a mess. So anyways, I'm gonna pull that thing out, we're gonna set it up, and then I'm gonna show you the basic process of making some little key tags like this. This one's been holding up pretty well. I have noticed there's a few little tiny chips on the edges, but it's still very shiny, and I've been running around with this with my keys for, I don't know, 3-4 weeks now or something. So anyways, by the way, this current setup I'm using is very much an arts and crafts version. This Epson SureColor F170 is a printer that Epson built in response to people that were modifying their other printers. So it's fairly inexpensive-ish and aimed at the home crafting stuff. And then that little heat press, kind of the same thing. My thought was, once again, let's get started doing something and then we can upgrade later. But I just need stuff to start happening. And I've got a whole bunch of these blanks here that we can use to test and stuff. BRB. I'm kind of running out of flat surfaces in here. So we revived the old streaming desk. Remember this thing? This was that old golden compass that we built a desk on top of so I could put my streaming setup on it in the garage at the old house. But in this particular case, it's a flat surface and the computer can go on here. It's, yeah, this thing has been used extensively over the years in my printing businesses and stuff. I custom built this specifically to run with some older hardware. So let's see if it powers up. Okay. We have power. Ooh, things are happening, maybe. Monitor's on. Oh, I think it's on the digital input. We have to switch that, which I think is this button. Yeah, there we go, analog input. Okay, revision something something BIOS. This thing has not been running a long time, so it would not surprise me if the CMOS battery has gone dead in it. Well, I got to looking on the back of this here, and we've got our diagnostic lights. There's ABC, and then D is amber instead of green. Apparently that means there's a CMOS or battery issue. So, I guess we'll unstrap this from the table, take the cover off, and see what's going on in there. Okay, there's our CMOS battery. Let's go ahead and check the voltage on this. Okay, the meter's got batteries, that's a bonus. It appears as though we have 2.9 volts. And these are a 3-volt battery. So maybe the thing just sat long enough that it needed a reset. And in the amount of time this has been out of there, maybe it'll be good now. Let's put it back in and see. And back in the hole you go. All right, let's see what that did. On. Okay. The fans are spooling way up. We still have the same diagnostic lights, though. Hey, it's alive. Invalid floppy, blah, 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 run setup. I wound up reseating the RAM in it. I think because this thing's been moved a bunch, it maybe jarred loose or something, but... Oh, this thing has Windows 7. Pardon the reflections there. Yeah, this looks an awful lot like Windows 7. I thought it was XP. Whatever. Seems to be booting. Windows 7 Home Premium. Okay, whatever. I'm going to get it put back together, actually, and then we're going to reboot and click on this little Illustrator thing right here. Then see if we can make stuff pop out over there. Much screwing around later, we have some test artwork set up here. I've just got a bunch of random American flags, and we're going to print those onto one of the sublimation sheets, and then heat press those onto a bunch of these little guys here. So we've got our printer all powered up and ready to go here. I think we have, yeah, we got some substrate in there, so we'll pull that out. Sending subtest page 1. So the idea here, the way this works, is you have this substrate material that holds the ink, and when you use the heat press, it gasifies that and deposits it onto the material that you want to do the sublimation on, which in this case are these little tags. And these things are specifically designed to accept that gaseous ink or whatever. And yeah, when the pages come out of this thing, the colors are a little bit muted, but once they transfer over, everything pops. Oh, did I make these too big? I think I did, but it should be okay for testing purposes. Okay, while that finishes, I'm gonna get the heat press set up and get it warming. All right, this thing is powered up and warming. So let's go ahead and get our stuff set up here. So to make this easy on ourselves, we're just going to cut all of these out. And then we'll use what is essentially Kapton tape to attach them to each of the little keychain tag things. And then we will press them all at once. Ah, the assorted smells of printing stuff. So what we're gonna do, the trick with this to getting them looking the best is to have a little bit of overlap on the edges. Now, I went a little bit too large on this. Actually, no, that's actually not too bad. So just basically line these up on here and use a piece of tape or two to hold it on there. And once again, I'm fairly new into the world of actual sublimation printing. I've done lots of printing stuff over the years, but this particular type of printing I have not done very much of at all. This tape dispenser is fighting me. And you can only do one side at a time. So yeah, I think we'll just work with those. Let me grab some butcher paper, which is necessary to keep the gaseous ink, as you can see here, from going into your heat absorption stuff that's on the bottom of this press. Right back. Okay, we're kind of running out of table real estate here, but this thing is up to temperature now. So let's get this stuff on here. We'll put these two on here. Throw this guy over the top. And we can go for, there we go. Time has started, so about 35 seconds, I think. I'm just thinking now, it probably wouldn't hurt to put some more paper underneath. Well, we'll see what it looks like here. I've got a few more of these heat-resistant pads, so if we screw this one up, we can figure out. I don't know if a sandwich would be the best way to do it. Timer's counting down here. We got about 10 seconds left. And there we go. And now, in theory, when we peel this off, we should have an image. Unless I screwed it up, which is highly possible. Oh, no. I didn't take, there's a plastic protective cover on these tiles. I didn't take that off. Okay, well, hang on, let me grab some more of those. Yeah, I was like, what the junk is going on here? This is not working correctly. These have a protective plastic film on them. And yeah, that'll definitely do something. There we go. Okay, we've got two more of these set up now, and we actually took the protective film off. Okay, and start timer. Okay, now we should be good. These are hot. I really should have gloves on, but yeah, so when we pull these off now, ta-da! See how the color is just significantly better than it was? Here's the, I think you can see the difference. This is the one we made, and this one is still on the substrate. And I probably should have put the holes on the other side. I think I did that on this one. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. We got the keyhole over there. But yeah, look how nice and shiny these are. And it's a super durable finish. I'm gonna go ahead and flip these two over and do the other side. Okay, I'm not sure what effect that tape is going to have on the already printed surfaces, but I guess we will find out. So what this is all about is experimentation. And there we go. We have a little keychain with the flag on both sides. There you go, pretty simple. Obviously you want to get the artwork straight, so there's no weird edges and stuff, but yeah, there's the basic process. So the brain fog is definitely a thing today and has been for the last couple of weeks. So doing what I can, but here we've got all the attachments and stuff for that heat press. We've got stuff for coffee mugs, tapered tumblers in a couple sizes. There's hats and some other smaller things, and a jig that those mount on. So yeah, we're pretty much set up to do all kinds of stuff. The trick, however, which as always, is getting the brain to cooperate and actually do stuff. But anyways, I'm gonna play around with this a little bit more, work up a few more designs, and just kind of go through some reps and figure this out. I'm just doing some more testing, and yes, these are fish fillets. I couldn't exactly help myself. I want to see how lighter and darker stuff works on this substrate, or on these cards or keychains or whatever they are. So anyways, we're gonna have some American flag fish fillet keychains. Okay, I've been working away here. I've figured out some of the settings on this for the temperature, the pressure amount, and the amount of press time and all that. And I'm still amazed at the color reproduction of this. I mean, that looks better than it did on that screen over there. And when you compare the two of these, it's just really interesting how that works. But I guess this being a gloss material and gasifying inks and stuff like that. But anyways, got a few test things made up. Got the fish fillet on one side and the American flag on the other. I had a web store set up. It was never being used, but they kind of turned into jackweeds and started charging triple the amount, so I had to take that down. I've got the domain now moved over to a different server. I just need to build up a web store. So now that I know I can come here, I've got this computer set up, and I finally wrapped my head around Illustrator again. It'd been a couple of years since I've used it, but everything came back, just like riding a bicycle or whatever. And yeah, so I think at this point, I just need to work on some artwork, like some sort of channel logo or name or something like that. I think the idea is I'm just gonna have like the channel logo on one side, or the name of the channel, and then something random on the other. I don't really know. I'm just gonna kind of do whatever and throw it up for sale. But I'm hoping here in the next couple of days to get the web store working. And then I've got a few of these American flag fish fillet ones that I'm gonna throw up there for sale. I've got a bunch of different styles of these key tags. I'm not gonna do these ones with the metal chains though, because the little hog ring right here where it connects, here, let me set this down. If you look really close right here at this little ring, there, you can see on that corner how it's all jagged. You actually have to use a pair of pliers to get those on there. And the one I've been testing seems to work a lot better, and it uses this style here. There's just sort of a plastic thing and a key ring, and I've been carrying that around for a while and it works significantly better. They do have aluminum versions of these, but these seem durable enough just as they are. That's why I printed two. So anyways, yeah, things are happening. I have no idea how much of this video I'm gonna use. I know I started talking about the Jetson sound effect generator, but unfortunately you can't do that today, but here's the noise for you. I'm just gonna order some parts that I know will work. It'll take them a couple days to get here, and then we'll pick back up on that. Oh, that was it real quick. I did put some RGB lights on my chair. I need to get down on the floor to do some other stuff in a minute here anyways, so I'll at least show you that. It was nothing too fancy, and I'm just using the USB power supply here to run them. But they do like music and colors and all kinds of stuff, so yeah, let me get some stuff cleaned up here, and then I will show that. Here he is back on the floor. Let me run this seat elevator up a little bit here. But the other night, I got bored and decided to put about 7 feet of RGB W strip that I have on the bottom of this chair. It's not like the most perfect installation or anything. Actually, let's turn it this way. There we go. But essentially, I just took this RGB tape, stuck it to the bottom of the seat pan. I attempted to use black hot glue, but then the next morning it all fell back off. So I wound up using this 3M mounting tape. See this little red thing here? It's double-sided tape, but I just left one side of it on. And you can probably see back there as well. So just kind of crisscrossed it around into there. It's not super pretty. And then we've got the controller right here, so you can turn it on and off, and then switch colors and modes and stuff. And it'll react to music. This thing has a microphone on it, so as I'm talking, it kind of reacts to my voice. Attention, chair, RGB. Okay, well, sometimes. Maybe I'm too loud. Anyways, it has an app that I control it with my phone. It's this Govee brand stuff, which works okay, but I just ran over myself. Okay. Since I had the USB charger mounted over here, I just plugged because they're USB powered lights, I just plugged that in and routed the wires down underneath there. So this isn't a how-to or anything, but I'm just showing that I stuck it on there. And you can run it from the USB port, which is actually somewhat handy because when you turn the chair on and off, it automatically turns it off. Then when you turn it back on, it'll power back up usually. Sometimes not always. Okay, there we go. But it turns off with the chair if nothing else. I was gonna do like a whole thing and make an instructional how-to video and all this stuff, but everyone's chair is different, and I don't think most people are gonna have that USB charger mounted right there. I don't really use it because it outputs so little power that to me it's not really useful. I mean, it is nice to have in a pinch, but like, I'm just glad I didn't pay for that thing. There was another video I did a while back where we did some testing on it. Maybe it went up to 1 amp. I can't remember, but it doesn't do quick charging, and it has quite a bit of voltage drop and stuff, but works for RGB. Oh yeah, so about the Jetsons noise sound generator, I've ordered some optocoupler modules, and we're gonna use that to interface with the brakes. So sorry we didn't do it in this video, but next one we will do that. I'm gonna get it hooked up, and should be fairly easy. Well, easy. It involves taking off the back cover and splicing into the motor control cables. Although I said that's easy. But anyways, yeah, I think we're gonna call that good for now. Apparently the power here has been flickering, and I've been getting messages from people all around town that the power's out, and it's been extremely windy all day. I've been in this building for the last 10 hours, so I don't really know what's going on out there. So I should probably get back to the bus and make sure it still has power and stuff. What if I should bring the generator with me? It'll probably be fine. Anyways, thanks for watching. It's kind of an update on what's going on here with all the stuff. Yeah, like I said earlier, the brain fog's been kind of a thing, so it's limiting a bit what I've been able to do, and I don't know, that stuff comes and goes. Insert excuses here. But anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow on the live stream. I'm hoping this video gets published tonight, which is Wednesday. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys soon.